Hello, everybody. No, you didn't click on the wrong video. This is right here where you need to be. My name is Abram Slaughter, and I created this concept for a new TV show or, game show, whatever you want to call it or label it. And I submitted it using Scott Manfield's TVWritersVault.com. And you can find it. It's labeled The Raffle and it's under game shows. Basically, what this is, um, it's a concept that's going to connect the whole world. I mean, everybody on the planet basically that's eligible to play. And you're going to have a chance to actually win from the comforts of your own home. Not like any other game show where, you can just watch it and scream out letters or scream out the answers before the contestants do. And, you win nothing. You only get excited or, feel smarter than that person, the actual contestant, for a second or two. And then the feeling is gone. But the concept that I created, it's called the Raffle. And once again, it's at tvwritersvault.com and it's under game shows. And the title of it is the Raffle. And basically, what I'm going to do, not trying to do, not thinking about doing, basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Facebook Messenger. And AT&T is going to connect the whole world using Facebook Messenger. Now, the way that they're going to do that, a little while ago, there was this company called Alien Vault, and AT&T basically bought them out and renamed it AT&T Cybersecurity, Cyberspace Security, or AT&T Cybersecurity. Now, they have this thing inside of there called the Internet of Things, or better known as IoT. And I was doing a little research, reading up on them, and basically they can do anything. They can connect anybody, any device, anywhere on the planet, all at the same time, with no problems, no freeze ups, no crash or drop calls or signals or anything like that. So they're talking like they're the best. And I'm trying to make them put their money where their mouth is, or put their technology where their mouth is right now. So once they connect, and we get the permission from Mark Zuckerberg also, of course, once they connect Facebook with the planet, this is what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to call in. First of all, back to the Raffle. I've told you how we're going to connect it, but back to the Raffle itself. Um, my original thought was to have like an iconic item, like the Michael Jackson glove, Elvis Presley's pink Cadillac, Marilyn Monroe's white iconic dress, something like that. And what the world is going to be doing is there's going to be a billion numbers, 000000000 through 999999999. Basically, that's 1 billion numbers. And every number that falls in between that, that's basically a billion numbers. And what the world is going to be doing is watching a live show with these iconic items being, described and talked about and everything, a complete description. And also, during the live raffle, there's going to be a pre-recorded show, which is called The Extraction. Now, what The Extraction is, it's basically where a forensic scientist team goes in, like the Michael Jackson glove, they preserve it so that no DNA and oxygen can damage it, and the wind, temperature changes, or anything can, damage the glove or remove any of the DNA off of it and things like that. I mean, it's going to be a very secure, careful removal of the iconic item, and it's going to be heavily transported back to the place of the raffle. Now, that's pre-recorded. Now, the raffle itself is going to be live, and the item is going to be on display for the whole world to see. And the amazing thing about this concept is that everyone on the planet that has Facebook and Messenger is going to be able to call into the show live and possibly, be on television, on live television, screens everywhere. I mean, this is the concept. This is my vision. And what they're going to do is they're going to call in and they're going to pay $25 for a 9-digit number. Now, as this goes on, the show goes on, we're telling you about the item, telling you who owned the item, telling you maybe how many hands this thing went through, or how many people own the item, had the item, sold the item, where it was made at, about the maker, the manufacturer. I mean, how they lived. I mean, if he was a drunk and went home and done some bad things or whatever, then that's what we're going to expose to you. We're going to let you know the whole truth about this iconic item. And those were my first thoughts about the show. And my second thought about the raffle is that's going to be three winners. First place is like, $5 billion, not million, billion, $5 billion. Second place is like maybe 2.5 billion, like $2.5 billion. And third place is like $1 billion itself, 1 billion. And that's basically what it is. The show is going to generate a whole lot more in revenue if you just do the math and everything. And I've reached out to, Netflix, I've reached out to other networks and production companies, and so far none of them have even, went and viewed the information that I've been giving them to show them this is $1 trillion per year industry. As far as the raffle by itself, it can generate 1 through 3 trillion a year. It can generate 1 through 3 trillion point such and such billion dollars per year. And the only thing that I'm asking, is for someone to just go and look at the concept, a producer, an executive, or something like that, just to go to tvwritersvault.com, look up the raffle under game shows, and, we can go from there. Everything else is going to fall itself, fall in place itself. This is big. This is the biggest thing that has ever hit television. And it seems like, nobody wants to pay the little guy the attention. And, Scott Manville, he had a great concept when he created the TV Writers Vault, because there are a lot of people out here that have great shows for TV ideas, but we can't just call up corporate or, basically call up the networks and production companies and producers and say, hey, this is such and such and such. I have an idea or a concept, for such and such and such. And they'd be like, okay, well, just come into the office, or that sounds great. We'll fly you out here. And it really doesn't work like that. It's very hard. And basically what I've been doing is, I've been getting it in. I've been calling, leaving voice messages. I've even went to the point like at Netflix and Fremantle Media, North American, everything. I've even submitted applications to them. And in my resume section, I would actually put, copy and paste and put, about the TV Writers Vault and the raffle, and look up under game shows and stuff like this. And still, the only thing I get is an email saying your application has been submitted and someone will get in contact with you shortly. But so far, nobody has really got in touch with me because nobody's going to look at it. And, I can go on the website on tvwritersvault.com and go and see if anybody has viewed the concept yet. And really, no one hasn't. It's been on there. Today is let me look to make sure. Today is Sunday, March the 31st. I'm in Kansas City, Kansas. And it's my deadline when it expires is April the 9th. So it's been on there since at least around the 8th, 9th, or 10th of March. And I haven't had any views yet. Now, I'm not saying anything about Scott Manville or TV Writers Vault. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a great source. It's a great opportunity for someone to get discovered. I just haven't had any hits yet because maybe the producers or anything aren't looking under game shows, or, don't need another hit game show right now. But I assure you that if you just go and look at it, it really isn't a game show. It's like a reality TV / game show. And, basically this is going to change the world. We are going to have so much money and power from this that, other companies are going to be like, we're going to be able to charge other companies $2 million just to read over their application to see if we want to work with them or not, to see if they want to come on board. That's how serious it is. And if we deny the application or reject it for some reason, their money is just lost. This is how much worth that we're going to be worth. This is how much revenue that we're going to generate. We're going to be talking like, not like I bought a building in New York or something, or I'm thinking about buying this property in California. I'm talking about like we just bought London and we're letting them keep the bridge. Just, out of consideration. This is the type of money that empower that I'm talking about, all generated through the raffle and anybody that's associated with that. I mean, this is not talk. This is talking per episode, 25 billion through 75 billion dollars per episode. This isn't counting ratings. This isn't counting stocks. This isn't counting ads. This isn't counting anything else. Only the participants calling in for their chance to win. This is all that consists of. And I mean, this is like really big. While I do have you guys' attention, though, one thing that I wanted to speak with you guys about, I'm talking to like my people now. I'm talking to the whole world, everybody in the world, everybody on the planet, every human on the planet. I mean, you can do basically whatever you want to do. The only thing you have to do first you have to have a higher power. Mine is God. You have to have a higher power source that you believe in, something that you can put your faith in. You got to believe in yourself also that you can do it. Don't let no one tell you that you can't do it. I mean, if your vision and your dream is to, chew on bubble gum and make a big bubble and do something to this bubble to where you're able to float into outer space and live in it for the rest of your life. If that is your dream, if that is your vision, then you can get this done. Just start doing your research. Every day you should wake up thinking that you're brilliant, because you are. I'm brilliant. You're brilliant. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not. The computer or either the device that you're looking or listening to this on, this is what makes you brilliant. Let me show you. Take, for example, the internet. Everything that you see and read on the internet these days, it comes from the human brain. I mean, the computer wasn't just developed and it started coming up with the internet and things by itself. This was all things that humans programmed into the device. So whatever you look up online, even if it's true or false, whatever you looked up online, that comes from the human brain. That comes from your brain. That comes from my brain. Whatever you putting out there, it's just really digitalizing your thoughts, your knowledge, and putting it right here at your fingertips so that we can use it. So, excuse me. With that being said, use the other part of your brain, which is the web, which is the internet, which is your electronic devices, your phones, your watches, your tablets, your laptops, whatever it is that you can find to do your research on to make your dreams and your visions come into reality. I mean, this is what you do. And that's just what it is. Nobody can pay me enough money right now to make me believe that I cannot get this goal, this dream, this vision brought into reality. I mean, it's impossible to tell me this. It's impossible to pay me enough money to believe this. I mean, this is just what it is. Now, I mean, you are brilliant. You're supposed to wake up every day saying, I am brilliant. I can get this accomplished. Even if you just look up one resource to get closer to your goal per day, it might take you a little longer, but you can get these goals accomplished, whatever you want to do. If you're in a bad situation right now, I mean, it's probably because of the past choices you've made, and you cannot go back and change, what you've done in the past, but you can also use your past and your bad decisions to help brighten your future. I mean, let it be known, this is what it is. I messed up in the past. This is what I'm doing now. I learned that from this, or, I learned this from that, and this is what I'm doing now. And you got to just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. I mean, like I said earlier, I've submitted applications, man, trying to get people to notice what I'm doing, notice the raffle. Go to tvwritersvault.com and look up the raffle under game shows. I mean, I'm putting this all in my resume section. I'm leaving voicemails. I mean, I'm really going hard at it. And my money my money isn't right to just go get flyers and everything and pass them out. I live in Kansas City, Kansas right now. And, there's a little couple of things going on here. But if I was in California, man, I probably wouldn't even have time in Los Angeles, California. I probably wouldn't even have time to be making this video because I would be out networking. I mean, going in top dollar restaurants and everything, trying to rub elbows with someone. I mean, I would be going door to door, passing out flyers. I mean, I would be really, really getting it in, and I'm doing as much as I can, from right here in Kansas City, Kansas. And I mean, that's basically what it is. Do your research. You can make anything that you want to happen. I mean, this hasn't happened for me yet, but trust me, it is going to happen because I'm putting it out there into the atmosphere. And whatever you put out there, it has to materialize. It has to materialize some type of way. It's going to materialize. And I'm going to leave everybody on the planet. I mean, even if you don't have any direction of where to go, where to start, or what you want to do, I'm going to leave you with 6 things that can help you on your journey. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you do your research on these 6 things, well, the last 5 things out of these 6, if you do your research and you get fully acquainted with the last 5 things that I'm going to tell you, because you're already acquainted with number 1, then your whole world will change. I promise you. Number 1, get connected with your higher power. My higher power is God. Get connected with your higher power. Whoever you choose to serve, get a full connection with them. Learn to hear their voice. You know that little voice in your head that says, nah, don't go this direction today, go this direction. And come to find out, when you did go the other direction that the voice told you to, something bad happened in the other direction. Learn to listen to that voice. Learn to to familiarize yourself with the way that that voice sounds, and that is your higher power talking to you right there. That's the first thing that you must do. Get acquainted with your higher power. These last 5 things, even if you have no idea whatsoever what I'm talking about, learn, do your research on these 5 things right here: intro, body, personable, committal, and closing. If you learn those 5 things, I promise you that your whole world will transform into something unbelievable.